Welcome, and thank you all for being here on such an important evening. I am so grateful to you, to all of our Outfest members, and especially to our honorees, not only for their tremendous commitment to our organization, but for being such tireless and inspirational leaders in our community. We're here tonight to celebrate all of you. And of course, to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Legacy Project, which was founded on the idea that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender stories are a crucial part of our history, our community, and our collective identity. Through stories, we learn about who we are and who we can become. Stories change us. Sometimes they even save us. LGBT people are stronger, more vibrant, and have more support than ever before. But recently, it has become tragically clear that some of us, especially youth, still struggle with who we are. The images they have access to, both contemporary and historical, are life rafts. It is our job to ensure that the stories we care most deeply about, those vital tales that depict the path from despair to triumph, that celebrate our love and show thriving gay families, that illustrate the message, it gets better, are protected and made accessible for future generations. Earlier this month at the Models of Pride conference organized by Project 10 and LifeWorks, our Legacy Project manager, Kirsten Schaffer, showed a selection of images from the Legacy collection to a room overflowing with students. She screamed Queens at Heart from the 60s and Pat Rocco's Gay Pride footage from the 70s that you guys just saw. Images that these young people had never seen before. Images that demonstrate our vigor and longevity as a community. I'd like you to think about the films that have rescued you, or at least given you something to hold on to. Were they the films of Andy Warhol or Jack Smith? Was it Word Is Out, or Longtime Companion, or Desert Hearts? Perhaps it was Tongues Untied, Boys Don't Cry, or Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Or maybe it was this year's Outfest favorites, A Marine Story or Undertow. What would it mean if these stories that have meant so much to each and every one of you and to us as a community were lost forever? Most LGBT films are made by independent filmmakers who don't have the resources to archive them. Over time, these works disintegrate, are damaged, or are lost entirely. In many cases, these films are personal pieces that document the milestones of the gay liberation movement. They represent our struggles, our loves, and our lives. They are stories that dispel myths, squash homophobia, and depict in no uncertain terms that it gets better. This is where the Legacy Project comes in. It was first conceived by former Outfest Executive Director Stephen Gottwillig and was launched in 2005. On this 5th anniversary, I'd like to take a moment to say a very special thank you to Stephen. As well as to Tim Kittleson and Bob Rosen, both of whom were instrumental in getting it off the ground. And also to Jenny Olson, who made the first donation to the collection. Outfest is doing this priceless work in partnership with UCLA Film and Television Archive, which is internationally known for its pioneering efforts to rescue, preserve, and showcase moving image media of all kind. The archive holds one of the largest collections of media material in the United States, second only to the Library of Congress, and the largest in any university in the world. Let's give them a round of applause for that. In 5 short years, the Legacy Project has amassed the largest publicly accessible collection of LGBT moving images anywhere, more than 13,000 individual works. We have restored 6 film projects and have preserved more than 150 hours of video, including invaluable footage from the One National Gay and Lesbian Archive. In 2010, we will be restoring 2 short films, Mona's Candlelight, a documentary about a 1950s lesbian bar with amazing drag king performances, and Gay Liberation Day footage from 1971, shot by Kate Millett and Susan Kleckner. Of course, this program exists because of the generosity of our members. and one member in particular, Roland Emmerich, who is being honored tonight. Roland was introduced to Outfest by our good friend Rosalind Heller. Thank you, Rosalind. Roland invested in the Legacy Project from the start because he recognized that the need for it was great and that his contribution really would make a difference. You'll be hearing from him in a few moments, but on behalf of the organization, thank you, Roland. The Legacy Project certainly wouldn't exist on the scale that it does today without you. Our next project, different from the others, is the first feature film made explicitly about a gay person. It was made in 1919 in Germany by Richard Oswald and was written by Magnus Hirschfeld. Most of the prints were systematically destroyed by the Nazis. But thankfully, fragments of this important film remain. I'm excited to announce that we have just received a gift of $25,000 from the Andrew J. Keene Foundation towards this restoration. Outfest protects our past through the Legacy Project. It showcases our present through its festivals, and it nurtures our future through the Outfest Screenwriting Lab. This year we had the honor of screening Undertow, written and directed by Javier Fuentes-León, who developed his script in the Outfest Lab. Undertow won the World Cinema Award at Sundance last winter and was just put forth as a Peruvian submission for the foreign language category at the Oscars. The film tells an extraordinary story set in the Peruvian seaside about a married fisherman who struggles to reconcile his devotion to his male lover with his community's rigid traditions. Javier is donating a print of his film to the Legacy Project to ensure that this story lives on. Please join me in welcoming Javier Fuentes-León to the stage.
Hi. Well, for me, Outfest hasn't only been crucial in the birth of this film, but also in the birth of me as a gay man, actually. And some of you already heard me tell this story a little bit, but about 10 or more than that, or maybe 12 years ago, I used to drive around when Outfest was going on, the festival. I used to drive around Sunset Boulevard, hoping that the red light would stop me so I could see you guys walk out and come in, because I was so afraid to come in. And I did that, I think, for 2 years until I said, this is really pathetic, so I came in, And since then, I volunteered for Outfest. Then I was very lucky that they chose this script of Undertow way back when it was still, in its beginnings, for the Screenwriting Lab. And it was an amazing pat on the back to have accomplished filmmakers and this institution tell me this story is worth seeing it, on the screen. So the Screen Lab was amazing. It was the first step, even before Peru believed in this movie. Outfest did, So this for me is the home of the birth of the film. That's why I was so excited to bring it during the festival, and that's why I only think it's just fitting that it's an honor for the film to be preserved by the Legacy Project. So. Thank you, Outfest. I don't know what else to say, and this is, the only thing I can do is bring the film back here. So, thank you so much.